Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you guys have seen that Covergirl sent me this really big package with their new full spectrum collection. I'm going to be trying out their foundations, concealers, and powders. And we're going to, and the primer too. I forgot to mention that. And we'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know my final thoughts on them. I'm going to read the descriptions on what they claim to do, and we'll see if it matches with the results. So yeah, let's see if these products are worth it, how it works throughout the day, and let's get started. Covergirl sent me their Matte Ambition foundations. So this is like a new line. I actually tried to match myself yesterday just to make the process on this video a lot faster. So I'm gonna mix these two foundations. This one is light neutral and this one is light golden. I just found that mixing both of these worked best for me. But before doing that, I am going to try the primer. So this is the primer that it came with. This is the full spectrum Matte Ambition Mattifying Skin Primer. So I typically don't really like primers, so if you've been following me for a while, then you know that I don't really like primers. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm only gonna try the primer on half of my face. I want to see what works best, you know, using a primer or not, because I normally do not wear primers because, like I said, I don't like them. This primer is very liquidy. It's like white and it's super liquidy. I think I'll just do the right side of my face, and then we'll see when I'm going to be doing check-ins and stuff like that, and we'll see how it looks. So here's the primer. We're only going to do it on this half of the face. Typically the nose is my trouble area, so I'm gonna do like half the nose, which feels really weird. So just doing half of the nose. There we go. So I'm just mixing my foundations here, because I found that one is a little too pinky and then the other one's a little too golden, so I figured mixing them would be best. So I'm just gonna mix them right here on my hand. I think I grabbed a little too much. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can already tell this shade is actually really, yeah. The shade is decent. It matches me really well, so okay. So I'm gonna mix in the foundation now. So I went ahead and I did my brows off camera, and then I applied some primer on my eyes, the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I can't speak. I want to let the foundation dry down a bit, see how it looks. It does look matte, which I love. The only issue I'm having is, let me see, the nose area. So I'm noticing that on the primer side, which is my right side right here, my nose looks really good. On the no primer side, it looks patchy. But it's weird because I know, like, my nose is the most troublesome area on my face other than my T-zone, because, you know, the oils. But the primer made a big difference on the nose, but like on the rest of my face, it looks even. Like, everything looks the same. The only, like I mentioned, the only difference I'm seeing is the nose. So this camera, I don't think, can focus really well, like if I zoom in. So I'm gonna film my nose. Yeah, let me film it with my phone so you guys can see it. Okay. Let me get closer to the light. This is the no primer side. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. I'm trying to focus it. Looks very patchy right there. And then this is my side with primer. Like I mentioned, I hope you guys can see it. I'm gonna try to take some photos as well, and hopefully you'll be able to see it a little bit on does look pretty patchy, which I don't like. I don't really expect much from foundations because I already know my nose is the troublesome area, but I know a trick you can do is apply some concealer to your nose before foundation. So you just apply concealer all over your nose, blend it out. I know it's gonna look really weird. Then you put foundation on. I have tried that with other foundations and it's worked great. So I don't know if that's something that works with every foundation. I assume it just depends on the foundation. So I'm gonna read to you guys what the foundation claims it does, and I'll give you guys my opinions on them. So it says, designed to bring out your truest tones, Matte Ambition All Day Foundation is a transfer resistant, provides all day comfort with oil absorbing powders for a natural matte foundation finish. So I do agree, I do have a matte finish. Like I mentioned, I love No Complaints. Does it last all day? I have no idea. I mean, I just had it on for a few minutes. So here is the time. It is 10:05. I have a 9-hour shift, so I still have to, drive there, work the 9 hours, drive back home. So with my phone, I am going to be doing like check-ins, because obviously I'm not going to bring my big camera with me. So I'm going to do check-ins on my phone, and then I'll do a final check-in when I get back. So again, this is my primer side. So I am also going to try out the concealer and the powder. Is the concealer the Full Spectrum All Day Idol Brightening Concealer, and this is, I believe this was, okay, these are very confusing. They don't have names on them. I threw away the packaging. I believe the packaging was light, medium, and neutral. I think that's what it was, but this is like the only yellowish concealer. They have a very small amount of concealers, but since they're all brightening, I imagine that's why, because they're not trying to get concealers that match your skin tone. They're trying to get some that are pretty light. So I assume that's why they have a small concealer range. So I'm gonna read to you guys what the concealer claims to do. On here, I get a matte pigment corrected finish with All Day Idol Brightening Concealer from Covergirl. Brightening concealer helps you say, I am what I make up. So this is an all-day brightening concealer pigments that neutralize blemishes, hyperpigmentation, and dark circles in a natural matte finish. Medium to full coverage. Brightening concealer lasts all day, oil-free, suitable for all skin types. This makeup is designed for your truest tone. So I'm going to try it right now. So this looks very yellow. Oh yeah, this is very yellow. It almost looks orange, which I don't know if you guys can see it that well. I'm kind of afraid, to be honest. I don't really use concealers like this. Yeah, it looks very orangey, almost brown. Okay, I'll give it a shot. So I'm gonna use my beauty blender. I just cleaned this. Okay, well, it did brighten, but I do look very yellow underneath. And then I'm just gonna spread out that extra concealer on the highlighted points of my face. Okay, so I put the concealer on. Hopefully you guys can see it. Like I do kind of see the hint of orange underneath, but it's not too bad. I don't know how I feel about this concealer, to be honest. Let's just try out the powder and see how it works, or how it looks. So this is their Full Spectrum Matte Ambition All Day Powder Foundation in light neutral. So I mean, typically you can just use a regular setting powder, or you can use a foundation powder. So I'm just going to try out the foundation powder because I want to see how it looks on top of the foundation and the concealer. So okay, I have some powder on here. Oh, okay, I feel like the powder definitely helped neutralize that orange. I think just because this powder is actually like way lighter than the concealer. So here's the concealer, here's a powder, and if you guys can see the difference, one is obviously a little more orangey. That concealer is pretty orange. You know, I wish it was a little, I don't know, maybe that's why it's orange, because its purpose is to cancel out dark circles. And you know how, like, you know, back in the day or whatever, look at me, it's sounding like I'm super old. I'm not that old, but you know, people would do color correcting a lot and they would put orange underneath their eyes. Okay, I think I got a good amount on. I'm just going over one last time, making sure I don't miss anything. Okay, so the powder I like so far. We want to see how it looks the rest of the day, but my face looks really good. The powder I like. The foundation needs some work on the nose, but I feel like that's my issue, not the foundation's issue. So yeah, the powder I like so far. I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just did my lips and my eyes because for work I typically don't like going all out with like contour and highlight and all of that stuff, but sorry if you guys see me looking over here a lot. It's just because I have my little like this camera's that you flip the screen, so I'm just looking on there making sure that I'm in focus and that I'm like in the center and you guys can see me and all of that. So sorry if you guys see me looking over there a lot, but so far so good. The concealer actually doesn't look that bad with the powder over it, but without the powder, like, I did not like how it looked at all. The nose looks really bad on this side. Super patchy. Like, there's actually some foundation missing right here. So I get my phone so you guys can see that. I'm gonna do a short little video so you guys can see, but there's a foundation right here missing. And then let me show you guys on the other side, it's not missing. Yeah, just like a little patchy bit. This one is worse, but like I mentioned, my nose is typically my trouble area anyways. So I think if I were, well, I'm going to retry this foundation again, but this time I'm going to try concealer on my nose. But I kind of want to try this foundation and powder with a different concealer just to see if I like that better. So I think I'm actually going to try that also. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a check-ins on my phone and everything, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'll do a final little check-in at the end, and I'll let you guys know my final thoughts. I want to see if this foundation works like it does. It's supposed to be shine-free all day, so I'm going to be wearing this for approximately like 10 or 11 hours. So I think that's a really good time frame. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so here's a quick update. It's been, I think, like 2 hours ever since I did the makeup, and it looks really good. The only thing that's bothering me is the nose, like I mentioned earlier. That's my only issue, but everything looks really matte still. I don't really see any shine peeking through. The concealer is not creasing, which is amazing. Ignore the little smudges. We had a little accident, but that's okay. So far, so good. It didn't oxidize, which is good. It doesn't look darker than my neck, which is a big plus. Everything's good so far, so I will check in a few more hours. Hi guys, so this is my last check-in. It is now 8:52 p.m. It's been, I don't remember how many hours it's been. I think like 10 hours. I'll put the time right here. So this is how it looks so far. This is the primer side, which is my right side. So I just want to clear it up. Just very little shine. I know I look like a total mess right now, just ignore that we're looking at the foundation. Very little shine, but overall it's not too bad. I do like this foundation, but I want to try it with a different concealer, and I kind of want to try it with a different setting powder. So I think I am going to retry this again, but with a different concealer and different setting powder. Like I said, my setting powder of choice is the Pretty Vulgar one. I love that setting powder. So I'm going to try it again. I noticed that when I use that setting powder, it really does help with my oil. So I'm going to try that setting powder instead. But the foundation I do like. I actually got compliments on my foundation today. People were saying that my face looks really smooth, and they were even asking me like, what foundation am I using? So they were surprised when I said Covergirl. So overall, I give this a thumbs up. I like it. Just a different setting powder and concealer. The concealer I wasn't too crazy about. The setting powder I do like. My face does look really good, but like I said, tomorrow I'm going to try it with a different concealer and powder. I want to see if my face looks this smooth because of the foundation, or is it because of the powder? Does that make sense? So I'm going to try tomorrow with the foundation, my Pretty Vulgar setting powder. I want to see if my face still looks smooth. I'm hoping it does, because that's my go-to setting powder. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. Let me know if you guys are going to try out this foundation. I do like it so far. I think if you have dry skin, it'll be okay, because it's honestly not that drying. I don't think it is. But even if you do, just, you know, moisturize your skin, use a moisturizing primer, like, you'll be good.